Hi, I'm here at Atmosphere Europe 2018 with Sergio Girotto from enEX, and we're going to talk about his role in the CO2 refrigeration market and essentially the innovations that he's created over the years. So to start off with, Sergio, you did the first installation of a CO2 transcritical supermarket in the world. Can you basically tell us how you managed to achieve that?
The idea came in 1996. I was working at that time for another company, and the idea was to put together Syntef and Doreen, and we asked Doreen to develop one compressor, and I and Syntef developed the design, and we installed the first supermarket in 99, the first small supermarket, and the full-scale supermarket plant was installed in 2002.
And sort of, I would say this probably really changed the market. People saw what was possible once you'd achieved this. Did you find after this, like a lot of people, like the huge interest in CO2 that followed?
At that time, no, there was no interest at all.
Okay.
No, at that time it was a kind of a curiosity.
Yeah.
Nobody believed on that. The real interest came some years later, in 2004, 2005, but it was limited to a few customers, especially in Switzerland. In 2006, at that time, I had already founded my company. In 2006, 2007, 2008, the interest started to grow.
Yeah.
And it was the chance to experiment new things and try to make some innovations like parallel compressor, like ejector later in 2012. So this was the story.
Okay, and how did you develop the ejector? Like, I guess this was a huge sort of task.
In reality, we did not develop the ejector. Okay. The ejector was developed by, there were two companies, two research institutes at that time. One was in America, and one was in Europe, in Norway. Syntef. They had started in 2007 to design one ejector and to make some tests. They gave me one sample in 2010, but to use an heat pump, but it didn't work. Or it didn't work immediately. But we have seen, I have seen that it could be used as a liquid pump. Then we started the first experiment in 2011, 2012 with this liquid ejector. And then the information spread out, and some companies, Danfoss, have seen it. And the interest started to grow around that. And, but in the meantime...
and already during this time, did people see the sort of advantage of using this in warm climates? Was that it? Or was it more the efficiency gains from the ejector?
At that time was my idea, and still valid, is that it can be a device which increase the efficiency, reduce the criticity of separating control, and at that time was not evident the interest for warm countries. So the first interest was for a better use of evaporators as a flooded evaporators. Then next step was together with Syntef to identify one design solution which allowed to use as a real energy recovery. In 2013, we made the first installation in Switzerland, Frio Consulting was the partner of the customer, was a Migros installation in IBAC. Thanks to Frio Consulting, who allowed this full-scale plant. But really, the first one was made 1 year before.
Okay.
But always with the Frio Consulting as a partner for the customer. And then a lot of installation followed. Now I think we have installed more than 150. I think we are close to 200 installation with injectors.
Okay. And also added to this, like now you're doing more innovations with CO2, your CO2 chillers, for example.
Yeah, now we are we are developing the design of chillers. We are producing with the actual configuration since 2015. We have produced about 30 chillers, but now there is a big interest, a real big interest, and we have identified also one simple method to use with the ejector. We have already done the first installation, and some other are following. One of the installation will be the subject of one presentation during this conference. And I would say that now we are continuing the development.
Yeah.
The next development is the version with heat pump mode in winter.
You're aiming this at in heating and cooling in commercial buildings, so space heating.
There are two kinds of requests. One is a reversible chiller, which can be used as a heat pump in winter. But there is also an application which, where in process cooling or in heating, there are some applications where both heat and cold are required at the same time. So this is another promising application.
All right. And what would you say is next for CO2? Where can CO2 go next?
No, I think it will take most of the market. I think for the small chillers, heat pumps up to 50 kilowatt, maybe hydrocarbons can be a more cost-efficient solution. I mean, not. But in a larger scale, there are two choices. Up to 500, 800 kilowatt, in my opinion, would be only CO2. Okay. Above that, there is, of course, ammonia for industrial plant.
Okay, well, thanks very much, Sergio, and have a great conference.
Thank you.